One of the most important benefits of your new American metal roof is the peace of mind of knowing that your attic and roof are properly ventilated. Proper ventilation is the key to lowering home energy costs, preventing attic mold, and increasing the comfort of living in your home. In the next few minutes, Frank Farmer, president of American Metal Roofs, will explain the importance of proper ventilation and demonstrate the American Metal Roof solution, the custom-crafted high-flow ridge vent designed and manufactured by American Metal Roofs.
What we have here is a piece of material that has come out of the perforator, and the perforator then puts in venting for each side of the ridge vent and drain holes or weep holes for any rain that would get down inside the baffle to let it drain off the roof so that there's no way that any moisture can get inside of the ridge vent. This ridge vent has a net-free area of 21 as compared to other vents on the market that are in the 12 to 18 range. The material that is inside is a mesh material that is of high density, a very sturdy material that will be inside of the vent, and this keeps any bugs from coming inside of the vent. This is what the vent will look like when it's done. You can see underneath the perforation. You can see the external baffle and the weep holes to allow the rain to drain out onto the roof and off of the roof instead of getting inside of the roof. Also notice that the way that the vent is positioned here, there's no way that any blowing rain can get inside because it can't go up and drop inside, unlike a lot of vents.
This model represents the attic of your home. The white vent on the side is a soffit vent, and the smoke represents heat and moisture that builds up in your attic.
What's happening here is we have a slight breeze that's blown across the roof of this house or across this attic, and as that breeze hits this roof, it deflects up, keeps deflecting up, and it's hitting this baffle and it deflects up, and as you can see, it's pulling over, creating a negative pressure here, and what ends up happening is air gets sucked in through your soffits, comes up, out the vent, and pulled out. Comes up, out, and pulled out.
Now, let's see how the performance of an American Metal Roof high-flow ridge vent compares to other ridge vents currently in use.
Here's the #1 selling vent. It is just a mesh material, very similar just to the filter that is in our vent. There's no way in this vent to create a negative suction, and as a result, you see very little coming out of the vent. And what you see is the flow is in this way, coming down, and comes out the soffits, and you can see much more smoke and moisture coming out the soffits than you do the ridge, and you have the ventilation system working backwards. Now let me swap that back so we can see. And what happens here is immediately it pulls it back in, comes up and out.
As you can see, improperly designed ridge vents actually reverse the proper airflow in your attic, causing heat buildup and wetting your insulation. Now, here's a comparison of the high-flow ridge vent with a leading competitor.
Here's another vent from a leading metal roof manufacturer. The whole vent is metal. It's looks like a very elaborate, very impressive vent. Let's see how it performs. Here, you can see it pushes it down to the soffits. Without ventilating the heat of the attic, we end up with increased air conditioning bills of 30 to 40%. Without getting rid of the moisture out of the attic, we then wet down our insulation and we have less effective R value or resistance value of that insulation.
As we've seen, proper ventilation is critical to keeping your attic cooler and drier. But proper ventilation also makes your home more comfortable, and that is a very important benefit of your new American Metal Roof.
But the thing that we always hear about our roofs are, I could never use the upstairs before to sleep in. The kids would sweat to death. The grandchildren would sweat to death upstairs. Now they're comfortable.